Hey, what's up guys? Matt here with Fix Anything Save Money. Today we are going to be going over possible causes and fixes for this valve leaking. This is called your temperature pressure relief valve, or T&P relief valve. So we're going to be going over what could cause this valve to be leaking, and then we're going to be giving you the fixes. So this is an electric water heater that I literally just installed last night in my own home because my old one was leaking from this seal right here. So we went ahead, we hooked this new one up, we got it working, and then one of the issues I noticed was about maybe 5 or 6 hours after I installed it, I came down to check on it just to make sure everything was good, and I noticed some water was coming out of this valve. So there could be a couple issues, and we'll go over them. So the first one, which is pretty basic, is this just might not be tight enough, this valve. So you don't want to over tighten it, but you could try just giving it kind of a quarter of a turn. It tightens that way and it loosens that way. So that is the, most basic fix. That wasn't my issue, however. My issue was actually the most common issue, which is my water pressure coming into my house was too high. So I've had this issue. We're on city water. I've had this issue in the past where my water pressure was just way too high, like 120 psi high, when it should be around 50 to 60. So it was almost double what it should be, which is also why I believe my old water heater failed prematurely, is because it was probably handling way too much pressure. But somehow the valve didn't really trigger all that much on my old one. So this one I think is just a little bit more sensitive, because when I checked my water pressure, it was at 80, and a home's water pressure, like I said, should be between 50 and 60. And in the manual for this is an A.O. Smith Signature 100 series electric water heater. So in the manual, it says your water pressure should be between 50 and 60, ideally at 55, right in the middle. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you how to fix that and how to lower your water pressure if your water pressure is just way too high. So we're going to cut the video, we're going to find our water main, and we're going to look for our pressure regulator, our water pressure regulator coming in from our house, and we're going to point that out to you guys, and we're going to show you how to adjust it to fix your pressure issues. Okay guys, so we are still in the basement, and in one of the rooms in my basement, it's like right by the front of the house is right where the water comes in. So you can see here, this is our water line coming in. This is our main water shutoff. And then if we come over here, we're going to find our regulator. And this is actually one that I installed. This is a shark bite regulator. Say what you will, plumbers don't like the shark bites, but it made this repair super easy, because on my old one, I realized that I couldn't regulate the pressure, and I was trying to figure out why I just constantly had high water pressure. And I came over to this valve, and the one day, the old one that I had was just leaking like rusty water. So I assumed that the valve was gone. So I, cut it out, put a new one in, and then I'll show you how to actually adjust it. So you could see this little bolt right here. So if you want to increase this water pressure, you want to turn this bolt clockwise. So you want to drive the bolt into this unit, and that's going to increase your pressure. And so that's how you would increase it if you have very low water pressure. Say you have water pressure at 40 psi and you want it at 50. You would tighten this down, loosen this nut right here, and then tighten it, and then do a quarter turn at a time. So just kind of turn it a little bit. Go check your water pressure, which I'll show you how to check that, and I'll put a link on where you can pick up this regulator, and also where you can pick up a pressure gauge for your water line. So you just go a quarter turn at a time, check your water pressure, and then if it's still too low, you do it again. So that ended up being the fix for me, was just getting a new water pressure regulator and installing it. And if you don't have, the tools or the knowledge, then you're going to have to call a plumber to install this. But the shark bites make it easy. And, this has worked great. I've had this installed for about a year now. So we'll show you how to actually check the water pressure and then what you should be looking for. Okay, so we're just right next to the water heater. We're at this little slop sink that we have. You can see it's filthy and I actually need kind of a new sink. But so we're going to check the water pressure, and we're going to do that with this water pressure gauge. And you can see it's made to go on to the end of a hose bib, but the slop sink has that attachment, so we're just going to be able to screw that right onto here. If you don't have one of these in your house, you're going to have to go out to your hose outside. And what I like to do is just kind of turn the water on full blast for a couple seconds, then turn it off, and then screw on your gauge. Okay, and then just turn the water back on. And you're going to see we are at 62. So that's actually a little bit high, or we're actually more around 70. So that's a little high for this water pressure. We're supposed to be between 50 and 60, and we're at 70. So I did adjust this last night, and you know, there is just regular water pressure fluctuations throughout the day that occur, you know, from the city water. Like I live in a city, so you know, we have city water coming in. So there are fluctuations throughout the day based on how much water people are using and all that kind of stuff. So I adjusted it last night, and you know, now it's high again. So maybe I will adjust it again, and we'll you know, we will do that. We'll adjust it again. We'll bring the water pressure down and we'll show it on video. Okay guys, so we're back at this regulator, and all we're going to do is rotate this bolt. We're going to go counterclockwise the way we're looking at it. Now sometimes these are going to be installed like that, looking like that. And if that's the case, you know, what I like to tell people is you just make sure, if you want to decrease the pressure, you want this bolt to come out further. If you want to increase it, you want to drive this bolt in further. So we want this bolt to come out because our pressure is too high right now. And we're just going to give it a little turn. And then you could just tighten that nut back down. And then we'll go check our pressure. Okay, so we just screwed it back on, and you could see we are sitting definitely lower. We're just above the 60 mark, maybe at like 62, 64. So we'll give it another turn real quick, and then we'll check it. Okay, we're back at the pressure regulator, and we're just going to give it another maybe half turn. And then we're going to tighten this back down. And then we'll go check it again. Okay, so we're back here. We're just going to let the water run for a couple seconds. Turn it back off. Okay, and then we'll turn the water on and see where we're at. And we're still at 62. So this is kind of a little dance that you play where you lower it, check it. So we'll go back, check it again. Okay, so we're back. We're going to loosen it up some more. Okay, and I bet that did it. All right, and we're back at the sink. Again, turn the water on. Screw on our gauge. And like I said, I'll put links on where you could pick up this gauge. And there we go. And we're right at 60, a little bit above 60. So we're gonna leave it alone there, just because, you know, we could mess with it all day. But, you know, I'll go check it later tonight when, you know, a bunch of people are using water in the city or whatever. And, you know, that could very well be a lot lower. So we'll leave it a little bit higher. It probably makes sense that it is a little bit higher throughout the day because everyone is at work. Like I think it's around 11 o'clock right now in the afternoon. So it does make sense that, you know, the water pressure would be a little bit higher right now. And then, you know, tonight, hopefully it drops down. I'll check it again tonight. So that's kind of what you want to do. Just check it periodically, and you know, hopefully that fixes your issue with your T&P relief valve leaking. Now, the only other reason that it could be leaking is the valve itself might be faulty, in which case what you have to do there is pretty much turn your water off, kill your power to your water heater, and then drain about like half of the water out of it. So, you know, just let it drain for 10-15 minutes, and then you just actually remove this. So you would just, you know, unscrew it and put a new one in. And there's one more possible issue that might happen, and that's if like there's some sort of dirt or debris in here causing it not to fully close. And to do that, you just literally take a bucket. Be very careful because this water is scalding hot. You just take a bucket, put it underneath, you know, your valve or whatever pipe you have coming down, and just lift this up, and it's just going to spew water out. So that might be another possible fix, but the most likely reason is that your water pressure is too high, especially if you live, you know, on city water. That's most likely what it is. So let me know if you guys have any questions. If you like this video, if you found it helpful, be sure to give it a like, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and check out all my other tool and DIY videos. And also, if you want to replace your hot water heater, if you have any issues with it, I have a full video up on how to replace an electric water heater. And I also have, I'm going to be uploading a video on how to install this overflow pipe on your T&P relief valve, and then also how to actually adjust the internal temperature on these thermostats. So be sure to check the channel for information on all that kind of stuff. And yeah, guys, let me know if you have any questions. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.